It's been a long time coming. A proper clay session with the Longthorne. Or, as it shall henceforth be known, by Sash's demand, the John Thorne.
And there's a lot of pressure because you can't have a Longthorne and shoot like a bell end.
Living near Southampton, there are not that many clay grounds on the doorstep, but Barbary Shooting School is only an hour away, so that's where we went.
So here we are, Salisbury Plain, the top of it anyway, and it's extremely cold every time. And it's about time we gave you guys a video of a proper test drive of this gun. I've shot it a little bit off camera, and to be honest, I took the bead off this morning because I tried keeping the bead on. Turns out, don't like the bead. The bead can get in the bin. So we're going to shoot today. I'm going to shoot a round of 100, keep a vague score just to benchmark where I am with it, see whether we need to take a little bit off the comb or whether I can actually get my head around seeing a little bit more rib after shooting that other flat gun for a year. Let's go. I haven't been shooting by myself in years. I don't know I've got Sash, but we're using the solo delay today on the Claymate. Oh, and the best cartridges in all the world, old Pro Fiber. Hey. Taking the bead off this gun makes me happy. That bead had me all over the place. Had me having silly old habits. It had my swing all jutty, which is why most of the time I'd recommend a lot of people take their beads off is when they're getting a little bit hung up on actually sticking the bead next to the clay and finding a gap. So much smoother without. I'm gonna shoot one more of those beads. I was gonna shoot a proper round of 100 to put a score in and find out where I was at. But I think actually just having a few shots and getting used to it and seeing where the pitfalls are is the wiser use of time. Don't you, Sash?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. First stand down, 10 out of 10. It's all downhill from here. Taking the bead out was a wise decision. Who even invented beads anyway? From 5 to 11, because we're not shooting anything important today other than testing our abilities. All of last year we changed around cartridges quite a lot. And I'm sure I'll do a lot of it this year, but it is nice to be back on Pro Fibers. I've been shooting Compex for a little bit. The last 2 times I've been out and they're a great shell. But the difference is we have to see it to believe it. All right, delay on. A is a looper and a B is a incomer. Mate, I was totally paranoid coming out today. That I was gonna shoot like an absolute muppet, like I have the last 2 times I've been out with it. Oh, bad shot. First miss of the day. I knew I was gonna miss it as well. Broke that one. So I missed 2 of those A-birds, and missing's fine. I'm just pushing out in front of them a little bit too much. And I missed one of the Bs because I was too focused on Sash getting a good shot rather than me getting a good shot, and that is part and parcel of the sacrifice of filming, Sash, right? The things I do for you, Sash. The things I do for you. But yeah, happy with that. And then went on and shot after missing the 2 As and the 1 B, dropped 3. I went and then straighted the last 4 As because it's important to realise why you were missing. And that in this instance was focusing on looking stylish for the camera rather than just breaking the clay. It's an interesting thing about certainly having reviewed so many guns over the years and shot and owned quite a few. Every time you pick up a new one, it doesn't matter when you're reviewing it really, but when you're doing a gun that's yours, you have to relearn a lot of your sight pictures, the way the gun moves, how if you give it a little punch, how much of a gap that makes, so how much energy it takes to maneuver it, and just like I say, what your sight pictures look like, because actually guns move at different speeds versus how they might look in a sight picture scenario. So for example, I know that with the other Longthorne, that A-bird I would need a big gap. With this gun, it needs a smaller gap. Technically the lead is the same, but because of the timing, and because I'm not shooting that target maintained lead, it's just a different thing. And I always forget that when I get frustrated sometimes, one just has to try different things. Let's smoke a couple more of those rabbits. Very much affected by wind, that one. I shot over the top of it the first time. It peaks and then gets hammered down by the wind, and that's where reading a target separates amateurs like me with pros. I was genuinely nervous coming out today to make this video, guys, because I know there's a lot of pressure and a lot of you have asked to see the gun, and I have shot it a few times off camera, which has been quite pleasant, to be honest. And there's a lot of pressure because you can't have a Longthorne and shoot like a bell end. Let's be honest. I'm very blessed, and I am under no illusions that I am very blessed to get to use the best gear. So I best put the performance in. And today so far, I'm happy with the standard. I missed 2 of the A's, I missed 2 of those, but we are filming, so it's not full concentration. I'm satisfied. Satisfied that I go out and not make myself look like a complete bellend. Why did God, when he was making Great Britain or England, decide that he was going to make the south, which is amazing, and then make Salisbury Plain, which is like a little circle in the north in the south? It's ridiculous. A and a B, 4 pairs on report. She's a good girl.
Yeah. Is this one of your guns, is it?
This is mine. This is my main gun, yeah.
Actually built for it. That looks gorgeous, isn't it?
It's a nice feel, isn't it?
It's just on auto safety, Johnny.
No, manual. That A bird's nice and easy.
Yeah.
And then B follows. Need to get yourself a Longthorne, mate. Need to get yourself a Longthorne with performance like that.
Can we get an official review for the channel?
2 shots, the 2-shot review.
This gun is wonderful. Right now. That was lovely. Thank you so much.
No, pleasure, mate. You should shoot it as much as you can do your stand with it.
Fine. I've got to get round the one I'm shooting.
When you have a go with it, you're going to end up buying one. It's a very expensive habit. And you can buy one starting at £12,000.
Oh my God.
No more Ferraris.
Yeah, no more Ferraris. Put the Ferraris away and treat yourself to a proper toy.
Gorgeous wood, isn't it?
I say I've never shot a gun as good. Well, that's a lie, but I've shot a couple close.
You've obviously shot this ground quite a bit, haven't you, over the years?
Yeah,
Yeah. What do you reckon to the way he's changing it around?
I like it.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, he's investing money, which is nice to see.
Which is what it needs, isn't it?
Yeah, to be honest, both him and Josh, who's what is 2IC basically, they're still passionate, which I think you see in other grounds, the passion's dead. It doesn't exist anymore.
All the time
Go to other
improving, aren't
grounds.
they, all the
Yeah,
time?
they want to be the best, and they are
Shoot.
probably the best in this, well, in the south. We're not in the south anymore, we're basically in the north. And we're not just gassing these guys up, by the way. We were here a year ago, and in that year, they have dug a giant hole in the ground, and they've finished off all the stands up there. Like, the progression is serious. This isn't small scale or tin pot. These guys love what they do, and they do it really well. They could have made bigger stands. Josh, Hugh, make bigger stands. I don't know, a duck.
There's no sound effects, I'm not going to be impressed.
Well, I wasn't expecting that. Which is exactly, it's exactly like I would say a duck is, because you never expect where they come from. There you go. I want duck, driven where I know where they're from. None of this.
Ducking around.
Oh, woo! Can it be shot as a pair? Oh, it's doable. It's doable. Just need to be quicker on that second bird. I told you I wasn't going to cock around. I was going to take it seriously and try and put a score in today. And you've just gone and ruined it. Woo. Easy, Sam. Just have to get at them.
And get a Longthorne.
Longthorne does help. I'm going to shoot 2 more of those A's. It's a nice, slow, simple target. It's just an opportunity to, I don't know, smoke some clays and feel godlike with relatively little effort and huge outcome. The nicest bit about losing that bead and sort of finding a bit of my old flow is beforehand, it wasn't the big ones I was struggling with, it's the gimmies and just shooting like an absolute peasant on the gimmies. And that's not enough, not good enough, to be honest. It's not good enough. We've shot this side of the sporting stands. I'm very happy with how I've shot. Much happier than the previous 2 times. Felt like less effort, and that's important. We're gonna go shoot a couple more sporting stands down there, but first, I'm going to shoot a few targets on the sport trap just to try it at something else. I remember being in here last time and I'm not entirely sure how Ryan Murphy actually fit in here. 1. We straight all 5 will leave. gonna have a quick go at bead from the hip. I promised a friend that I wouldn't do any hip shooting on the channel this year, but I broke that earlier, so sorry. I understand that this is not for amateurs to do, but I'd like to think that I'm safer from the hip than a lot of people from the shoulder when they first start out. I have full control of this gun, and I know what I'm doing. That's a lie, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. Get in the bin, let's go home. I'm done. My ego is reinflated. It got a bit of a bruising when I took this out last. Not bruising, just a question in the back of my mind. And I'm glad now that the camera is out, that a touch of talent follows on. The problem is that tangibly, I do think that like super fast and compacts are great shells, and I understand that this is technically better because the brakes are better and the consistency is slightly better, but it's the confidence it gives you putting one of these in the gun. Just feel good. You're going to show us how it's done now, Josh? I already complimented you in this video and everything. I think you should listen to. I do, mate. You're going to offer me one right now. Be a bit big, but you're sure you'll manage. So if you set this course up, look at that.
That's it, we're done.
There you go. You're retiring on that. How many hours a day do you spend on this stand?
No, I haven't been out at all for ages actually.
Mate, it's lovely to see what you've been doing this last year.
Yeah, it's good. Put all this track in, like when we've done the English here,
yeah.
Like this was just like a mudslide, like it was just horrendous. So we're like, right, as soon as we get some dry weather, get the summer out of the way, get all this track put in right there through to the top field there as well.
Yeah.
Got some more stands outside there.
I like your big pit in the back as well, it's very nice.
Yeah, so no, we've been busy.
As when any shooters get together, it usually gets a bit silly. So we went up the Rose Bowl, in the big chalk pit on the high tower, and then progressively stepped back, trying to shoot some seriously long-range clays.
Look at that beautiful form. Oh, yeah.
But we'll walk further back so they're going closer.
All right, let's test some ability.
Yeah, we'll see what the cartridges can do. I think you'll be surprised at what sort of distance they can kill at.
Oh mate, we were breaking clays with Solomon's a year ago, 100 yards with these with no problem.
Like,
that is mental to me.
It shows, like when we do our lessons on here, we use a little complex 21 grams. It's amazing the breaks and what distances they'll kill at. It's surprising. People don't sort of realise. They think, oh, I need your Sovereign or your 28 gram heavy shell.
No.
Yeah, still
we shot that Grimthorpe challenge again with Ed.
Yeah.
And they're a big 70-yard Batu, 21 grams every time. Like everyone underestimates them.
Yeah, exactly that.
But it is nice to use the best. So
right, you can lead the way on.
Oh, thanks,
Let's
mate.
get a bin.
Pressure's on now. I was having a nice relaxing time. What, that's another 10 yards? Oh, so should we just step back another 5?
No, let's go here.
Okay.
Let's in from back there and then moan. So start from here.
I'm going to moan regardless, even if I hit it. After you. Are you saying that gun doesn't fit?
The gun doesn't fit, yeah.
I was just taking the words out of your mouth. Another 7 yards. Ooh. 1 out of 4 was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. I was doing that thing where you just shoot it like a complete idiot because you think that's good how you shoot the big stuff.
And it doesn't work.
You still need to pay attention. Miss.
Right, you see that?
Can't believe you just missed that pair. Convincingly missed the pair into dust.
You'll go back in the shed now.
Oh, is that okay?
That's where you're going to now. Again, you can lead the way.
All right, thanks, mate. When you shoot these sort of targets, as you step back, does your method change?
In my eyes, no. I'm still shooting the same technique.
Just opening up more?
Yeah, exactly that.
Okay.
It's just like, to me, it's like hand speed, just controlling that hand speed so the gun speed's not too erratic.
Explain what hand speed and gun speed are to the people behind the lens who picked up a gun yesterday.
So, hand speed, obviously, it's speed, your hands are going to move the gun. So, if we've got something quite quick and quite fast, obviously our front hand's moving the gun, we want quite quick hands to shoot that target. And then something like we're shooting now, quite slow, long crossing bird. Slower hands, so more control on the gun, sort of placing the drive.
Slower hands more from the body?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, there you go. Clarity for the first time ever on the internet. Cool. Oh, I look good 50% of the time. That's about average. Go on then. I'm happy with 50%.
I'll be happy.
Are you happy with 50%?
Yeah, we'll call it a draw.
What's that? 80 yards?
Yeah, it's got to be.
It's a big gap.
Yeah, but it's not under a lot of power. That's the thing, really. That's sort of controlling that.
Yeah. can you do it from the hip?
Not a chance. I couldn't hit those crows from the hip, let alone that. I'm sure you can.
I'm going to give it a go now we've said it.
Go.
It'd be rude not to attempt these things in life, wouldn't it? Nowhere near it.
He's in front of me, so.
Well, you can stand on the bank. I'll go and stand in.
You might get shot as you go over there. A long way.
It feels like best part of 100 yards. I'm comfortable to miss this. I'm quite happy if I miss everything.
Go on then. Give it a go.
It's hard enough to see it. Come on, after you. Oh! 50% is doable, mate.
Yeah, exactly. And what's interesting is like that's the first time I've ever shot a Longthorne. I know this is your gun. I can't remember what model it is, but
Valkyrie.
really nice. Smooth handling.
They sit comfortably with the big boys.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that a Krieg or a Perazzi is necessarily better. I'd happily own any of them.
Yeah,
They're all fantastic.
And obviously, like yours, obviously you got a custom stock.
It's quite big, yeah.
But what's nice is nice sort of high in the cone.
And we're similar sort of size, so it can't be that far out.
Trigger pulls are nice and smooth. Like I'm impressed. Really impressed.
Yeah. Surprised it's the first time you shot one, mate.
Yeah, but no, I'm very impressed.
It's quite nice.
Let's see if it can break that tower again. We'll have
Go
one
on.
more go.
At this range, it's different.
Yeah, there's a bit of luck now involved, you reckon?
I mean,
Man of your calibre though, Johnny, you should be good on here.
mate, I reckon we could invert it.
Ed Solomon style.
Mate, the joke is that would do that and break it.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got nice hair
I haven't got a lot of hair. Yeah.
and a horrible personality.
Anyone's got nice hair. When you-
There's a speck in the distance. Pull. Sorry?
I think it would be better trying to shoot it a bit earlier.
I think so. It's very complex in terms of how much it's dropping.
It's just, there's not a lot to see, like I said. There's not a lot to shoot at, is there?
I mean, I don't even know what that is in measurable lead you're given that.
No idea.
Right,
I think we've been beaten.
I think even, yeah,
We've been beaten, I think.
yeah. I'm not unhappy with being beaten at whatever that is range-wise. I took the first fall stand seriously. To be honest, that was more than I usually get. I'm not very good at this whole training seriously thing. Clay shooting is quite fun and inherently lends itself to being a bit silly. And then Josh joined in and we got very silly, but we did break the big target once each. Good day. Good bonding session. It's nice to be bonded. I feel more confident. So I'll have probably a little break from shooting with a new addition to the family soon. And then Claytor is coming back. See you later, guys.